Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's great entertainment. We do have the Alienware Arena North American Finals and third place game going down tonight. First up will be the third place matchup, and the teams that we have ready to go is RevGaming versus Team Solo Feed. If you hadn't noticed, that's an acronym for TSM. I'm the FourCourtJester, and with me tonight for the games, I have the one and the only, the Comely. How you doing, dude?
Oh, hi. I am lovely. I have the most delicious tea I'm sipping on. It's fantastic. Elixir of the Gods. And excited to be casting with you, handsome sir.
It was going to be a great night. We haven't actually done any work before, and I am trying to rectify that problem. So, welcome to the Alienware. If you guys don't know, we typically do the Alienware here on my stream every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern for the EU, 9 p.m. for the NA, and I'm fairly sure that this was a 32-man bracket, and these teams, we got the top 4 teams with us tonight from that top 32, so you know that the games are going to be good.
Yeah. I'm excited to, I haven't really seen any competitive games since the patch, since the DFG change. All the tournaments and things have still been playing on that patch, so I'm excited to see some games, that are more updated.
Well, this is going to be your chance, good sir, because, I was doing the EU stuff earlier, and the EU stuff had to be done on the EU tournament realm. And the EU tournament realm was the Kazakhs patch, so it was very much what I was used to. But here, I'm looking forward to some more updated play. Now, some of the things that you're going to be looking for here is that we have those changes in effect for Rengar. We got those changes on Phage, on Ezreal, on I think even Jace got hit.
Yeah, I got the mana cost nerf.
Yeah.
And the base damage was taken away from E Hammer. He's still really amazing. Like, I still ban Jace. He's scary.
He is definitely still scary, but he was nothing compared to that monster Rengar. So all day today, I've seen Rengar bans, I've seen Evelynn banned. The GFG, of course, was still a huge item back then, and now it has been nerfed just a bit. So we're going to see something a bit more updated. There really hasn't been too much ever since those World Finals. I mean, we've had, MLG and a few different EU stuff. We have some of the Korean stuff going on, but I don't know. It's just kind of on a lull.
Yeah, and that's old patch stuff, that MLG was played on that old patch as well.
Yes, it was. Tournament realms gotta go, tournament to tournament. Alright, so what do we got here for some of the bans? Blitzcrank, Shen, Orianna. We're looking for the last ban out of here from Team Solo Feed. Do we want to just call them TSM all night?
Yeah, definitely. That's not false advertising at all.
Maybe actually that doesn't work. It's TSF because Team Solo Feed, but I think it is just more of a jab at TSM. Alistar, Malphite, Twisted Fate going to be the bans out of them. So Orianna out of this, Malphite out of this. So goodbye to that combo. Alistar more of that typical ban. I see a lot of junglers, a lot of top laners taken out here.
Yeah, it's very solo QE bans. Nothing that seems particularly targeted except for maybe Twisted Fate. A lot of things you just kind of ban because you don't want to play against it. So I'm not sure how much research each team has done against each other. That's something to look at in maybe not the top tier tournaments, is how much attention are they paying to the other brackets and what the other teams are playing, and if they really need to do some of those targeted bans. Like if you're playing against something like Team Fear, right? You need to pay attention to those AD carry bans and things like that. And you can't just do these kind of general blitzcrank bans and things like that.
Yeah, that Afro, man. Oh. I don't ever want to meet him in a dark alley in League of Legends.
I don't want to meet him in a dark alley anywhere. He can mess me up.
Oh, there's bromance. His first pick coming out here going to be that Karthus. He has himself some interesting summoner choices, but the blockers are in effect, so there will be no ghost sniping here. So Karthus mid lane could work out very well. What do you think about, we have Twisted Fate banned out, we have Orianna banned out, so who would be left kind of as a mid lane against Karthus?
Well, the biggest problem is that post DFG nerf, it's very difficult to counter Karthus, right? You can essentially counter him in lane still. Things like Katarina, things like Diana are still very strong against him in that they're able to get kills. But the problem is that you're not able to really carry that assassin momentum as well anymore. And so a lot of times the typical answer is what you're actually seeing from them is to also pick a farm lane. And so you're seeing kind of those power farmers, things like Karthus, things like Morgana, things like Anivia, are becoming very, very strong right now because while even sometimes they were building DFG, there's a lot of other champions that were much, much more dependent on that DFG. And so when it's gone, you see things like this really, really bloom, and they can feel very safe.
You know what? I was totally looking at Morgana, and for some reason I thought she was Sona. So that's yep. Sound like an idiot now. Good job, Jester. Good job. Either way.
They're basically the same champion, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, they both got AoE. They both shoot things. They both are girls. Yeah, 100%.
There you go.
So Morgana, Tarek, and after that we have ourselves our Lee Sin. And you know what? This actually makes 100% Lee Sin for me today. All EU was 100% Lee Sin, and now here I am, full patch later, and we're going to be having our Lee Sin. So likely that jungle could be a top lane, or could even go Froggen style. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I played a game without a Lee Sin now, post Froggen. It's really good though. I actually tried Lee Sin and my team yelled at me and I dominated. It was so fun.
I have played with you. You do have a tendency of dominating.
It's so fun. They just die. You just kill people. It's fun.
Man, all right. So could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. That Lee Sin, no holds barred here. So on the flip side, let's look at that Amumu, very likely in that jungle. A very mana-intensive jungler, that Amumu, and I'm kind of worried now because if we do have that Lee Sin going off into the jungle, he is going to be very susceptible to some of these counter ganks. And we saw that earlier again in the EU Alienware. We had an Amumu versus Lee Sin matchup, and the counter jungling just rendered Amumu pretty useless for the first 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you're really dependent, one, on having really, really good map vision. So that depends on you, your mid, and your support all warding very well so that you're keeping those entrances guarded. You also need really great team communication. Lee Sin, very good at escaping, but also very vulnerable if he does get caught out to something like that Morgana bind into a Amumu stun. He can take a lot of damage, basically. So he does have to be careful as well. And so there's definitely counterplay you can do to it. But again, like you said, very scary for that Amumu if Lee Sin kind of sets up camp in his jungle.
Yep, we're going to have to see if counter jungling will be on the table. We do have ourselves a Graves at bottom. This is interesting. A Rengar pickup. So I'm kind of inclined to say that it will be a Rengar top with a Lee Sin jungle. Just feels a bit better. So here they're going to be picking up that Janna. So a Graves Janna. I can't really remember the last time I saw Janna in competitive.
Yeah. I haven't. They're clearly practicing for the skin coming up, which is what I think most people are doing. But John, again, very powerful at keeping people away, kind of setting up those team fights under your own little set of rules. Really good for pushing away that Morgana, getting that Darius out of range, possibly even messing up the Amumu ultimate. So a good pick considering the pick over here on purple team. Mm-hmm. So not too surprised at that. But again, like you said, a little bit of an unorthodox pick lately.
Corki, Darius can be running out the purple team, and as you said, Darius, he gets in there, he can really start hurting you. And I'm also looking at the Amumu synergy with the Morgana, because those are both really big AoE ults, and they do require you to stay close. And if I recall, back towards the beginning of Season 2, you would usually pick up a Janna for that push away, that reset. If they're going to go all AoE, just push them out, and you just kind of break it right there. Could be a similar mindset here from Soter.
Oh yeah, almost certainly. That push is so strong. Any kind of displacement that you can get in League of Legends tends to be very, very valuable because it's generally pretty rare.
Yeah, and talking about displacement, Lee Sin, he likes to play ping pong. In his lane has that one displacer himself, the great dragon kick, and that could really lead into some interesting kills. But we have now removed the summoner spell, so you can easily see who is going to be off into what lane. Looking at the summoners, does look like Flares will be top with that teleport. And other than that, Derriere, not too sure. Corki is going to be rocking that heal. Other than that, we do see some of those typical ignites, some exhausts, but it's always interesting to see the different variation we're going to see out of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be interested to see how that teleport Rengar actually works out. Of course, he's a very, very strong split pusher.
Hmm.
Still able to spam that double W and really clear quick waves very quickly. The auto attack Q combo as well, if you're filling up your ferocity bar, dominates towers in like seconds. It's inappropriate. I feel bad for them. So having that teleport on him is going to be very, very strong if he's able to execute that split push well. So definitely something to keep an eye on during this game.
He's going to be trying to do his best Shen impression while being a giant lion. I have played with you playing Rengar, and you have shown me the way of just, auto attack QQ, and literally that is exactly what you do. You QQ. There's just so much damage coming out of it. But thankfully it has been nerfed a little bit. But I'm going to take a quick look here at flares. What kind of Rengar is he going to be showing us? I can't imagine AP is still in season, and no, it does look like it's going to be more of an AD setup on him.
Yeah, the AP Rengar was a fun little kind of gimmicky thing that they quickly put their foot down on. They said, no, you do not do that. You do not. Bad players.
Bad players. Bad. I can just imagine them with like the Summoner's Journal rolled up in their hands, smacking them. Man, do they even do that anymore? The Summoner's Journal?
No, no, sadly.
No.
Yeah, they don't even do like when a champion comes out and they would do like the story of the trial thing. They don't do that anymore either.
Nope.
It's really sad.
They have other things to worry about, like esports and LAN clients and tournaments.
Man, just one really nerdy guy in a room can take care of it.
One nerdy guy in a room?
Probably named Josh.
Or maybe Matt or Renoa.
Or it's kind of a Matt thing.
It just feels like a Matt thing. Yeah, we just walk over Matt. Yeah. It's all good.
This game is about to get underway. We are going to go to loading screen. This should be a pretty good game, Jester.
Yep, NA Finals third place here, guys. Fall season. We have, I believe, third place is looking for $250 US. There's a combined total of $1,750 on the line. First place $1,000, second place $500, third $250. So this will be the best of three to determine who walks away with the cash. And then right after this best of three, we will have the finals. We're going to be finding out who's going to be someone extremely rich after tonight.
Yes. My game client is freaking out a little bit. Just gonna get that under control.
No, to worry. We're just looking at a little bit of the skin war going on. Grim Reaper, Karthus, Mafia Graves, and that's all she wrote there for RevGaming. Morgana, Tarek, Mumu, Hot Rod, Corky, even worse here for Solo Feed. 3 skins total. Come on, guys. That's not even Victorious Janna.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I know. It's like, you're gonna do it, do it right?
Not even a Tarek skin, which is the most disappointing.
Yep, he is not fabulous tonight.
I mean, he's still fabulous. Don't get me wrong with that hair.
With that hair, look at those flowing locks, and then Amumu's just sitting there like, aww. He has no hair. Look at him. He's a baldy, or a decomposy. I'm not too sure.
Or both.
Baldy decomposy. Grim Reaper Karthus is not too worried about his decomposition whatsoever. He looks pretty happy.
No, as a lich, he's in a concentrative regeneration.
It is all good. So we should be loading in here just a second. Waiting for Sicko Scott. If you guys are just joining us once again, left-hand side, RevGaming. Sotir, there is actually their coach. He's taking them under their wing and has been doing some good work. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. He's been doing some good work with them. And there's a competitive pause, of course. Can't have a competitive game without a competitive pause. But on our right-hand side, Team Red is going to be Team Solo Feed, which I'm still going to maintain is a jab at Team Solo Mid. Cake Pie, Ikex? How would you say that? XX? Ikex? Tarek sounds good. Yep. Yeah. Omega Bacon, Derriere, and Muckers. It's good times.
Good times indeed. These pauses make me feel at home.
Do they?
I feel much more comfortable when they pause at the beginning of a competitive game because it reminds me of home, you know?
Reminds me of Heroes of Nervous, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm, it does.
Yep.
literally every single competitive game started with a 15-minute pause. Yep. It was ridiculous.
Sometimes even an hour just for kicks.
Oh, man.
I was there, dude. I was there. I remember those extremely well. Now that we got pause here, it's the same kind of deal. Just take a quick look at chat. Uno momento, something white on white, can't read it. Asian, I don't know. That's all I read.
Yeah, I barely speak English. let alone foreign languages.
I speak a subset. I call it Jester speak.
Oh, I like it.
Not
It's
too
like a get out of jail free card when you say something dumb.
exactly. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I don't speak English that well. Exactly. Works out. A lot of people would agree that I really can't pronounce English, whereas things like dragon comes to mind.
It's a Canadian thing, I'm sure.
I guess. I don't know. I really don't see why I'm saying it wrong. Dragon. Dragon. Dragon? Dragon? Dragoon? No, not Dragoon. That's weird.
Dragoon. That's a different game.
Exactly. Yeah. Legend of Dragoon. There we go. Flares is coming on back. Had to go get some kibble. Kibbles and bits. Can I actually rearrange the scoreboard? I can. Nice. I'm going to do that right now. And bam. And bingo. Bango. Boom. Brilliant. Alright. So, level 1 fight. Yay or nay? What's your money on, sir?
If anybody's going to be looking for it, it's definitely going to be the purple team. You know, they have a lot of CC lockdown. They have that Tarek, they have that Amumu, they have the Morgana. They have a lot of potential to actually mess things up. But, you know, the question is, do they want to do that? Do they need to protect their blue for their Amumu? Because if the invade goes poorly, if they don't get to invade at blue, which, you know, Lee Sin very easily starts at red, and kind of not starting with that blue is just so devastating to that Amumu, they might choose to go ahead and just play it safe.
Playing it safe with an Amumu definitely sounds good, but as you said, they do have a lot of potential to catch someone out. I mean, we got the Dark Binding, the Stun. Amumu could even go Bandage if you really wanted to get super excited about it. And Muckers, even with that pull, if he didn't go for the Spinning Axe, could land a pretty easy kill. But, as you said, lots of risk. I do think they are just going to go... They're going past the blue. They are going to be looking for it here. They are going to find Graves, but it is just Corki by himself. Not everyone else is just a little bit too slow. Not going to waste a flash on that one. Swift break should be okay. No first blood, but nay, looks like they're going to commit to this.
Yeah, they are definitely looking for it. Morgana missing that bind kind of closes off the opportunity a little bit there. And it looks like they are going to go ahead and just back off.
Yeah, they had blood in their eyes, but they just could not figure out where that blood scent was coming from.
They should probably go see a doctor.
Does it bleed for days? And,
Oh no, Jester, no.
I'm very happy though that Amumu did not take bandage. I mean, he really could have committed to this by taking that bandage shots, but he does have the tantrum. Will help him out significantly more than a bandage for his jungle route. And we do have a lot of pings going down on top of blue. I mean, we see Mucker's top lane. Rengar is going to find him out, but only him. We're still a little wary about these kind of invades down south, but does look like Lee Sin will start as red. You're not butter. Going to be helping out right there. We are going to take the double golems down here for swift break. Quick level 2. Could have a timing attack in this bot. And look at the super leash we're going to get off in Team Red up here.
Yeah, really, really important to give him that huge leash early. You really want him to be able to clean up that red quickly. Amumu, not a really good level 2 ganker. You really want to do it level 3, level 4 on him. And so getting him that smiteless leash is super important. And of course, you see the same thing on the other side for that Lee Sin.
Yeah, Lee Sin already has that. Red has already taken those rays, so he's level 2. We got the 2 now on Omega Bacon. So the red versus the blue. Could we see level 2 bottom lane gank from Sicko Scott? Does not seem to be the case. Is he going to go straight for his red, or is he going to go counter the Amumu red? Because we do have a ward in that general area.
Yeah, and it would be really, really strong. He knows he has a little bit of a faster clear, and so he probably will be able to meet him at that red buff before it's done and try to do something with his own red buff already active on the Amumu. So we're going to have to wait and see if he chooses to do that. I'm kind of hoping he does. I like the aggressive early play on Lee Sin, especially against something like Amumu, and it does look like he is moving over into that jungle. Now the question is, will the red ward actually see him? He does have a red ward in that brush, and so if he tries to camp it out, he will have very, very early detection of it. We're going to have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, they are going to discover him now. He does know it's there. What? No, he doesn't. He's not reacted to it. He's going to take the blue, or sorry, take the red, but he will pay for it with his life. And now, poor little Amumu has nothing in the bank.
Yeah, you know, Lee Sin played that exactly how he would if he had no vision of him. A lot of action here on bottom. Graves taking a little bit of damage, but going to be able to get away and return the poke to Corki. Corki taking a lot of damage. Going to have to flash away. Graves flashes as well. The heal, oh, is it going to be enough to save Corki? It is. He's going to get away with just a tiny sliver of HP, and Graves is going to go down for his trouble. So a lot of summoners blown bottom, a lot of action, and Graves comes out on the bottom.
Man, 1-1. So a very quick Amumu kill leads into that counter Graves kill. Interesting.
Yeah, and something else to keep in mind, if you look at bottom lane right now, there's a lot of creeps that Graves is actually missing. So the timing on that death is actually much, much worse than normal. If you lose with your lane kind of sitting in the middle even, it's bad. But when you lose with a huge wave going into your tower, it's horrible.
And talking about horrible timing, that top lane, Sicko Scott picks himself up the second kill on his team. He is sitting at a pretty score of 2-0-0. What a super successful counter gank leading into that top lane. So now Flares gets himself all this farm. We are not going to be getting anything here for Muckers. And I gotta say, if Sicko Scott keeps up this kind of play, we could see a very dominant early game coming out from RevGaming.
Yeah, there's a lot of momentum on their side right now. You know, you don't want to lane against a Rengar that got an early advantage, and now that he was able to pick up that, he actually didn't even get the assist on it. But now that he has that kind of early lane momentum, because Darius had to die, missed a lot of CS. It's 9-23 right now. It's going to be very, very uncomfortable lane for quite a while.
Oh, Sicko Scott going to be coming up again. Top lane pressure seems to be the name of the game. The bowler shot going off. Sicko Scott is going to be able to land quite a bit of DPS. We don't have an ignite for him this round, and you can't use that flash again because it is down. So Muckers will live for now, but that is going to be a very tough battle for him top lane coming.
Yeah, and you see that getting him that low is actually good enough because what is he going to do? He's trying to stay under the tower to get the CS, and is just going to die for it.
And he might be able to take Rengar.
I feel like Rengar probably could have ran out of that turret. Maybe
he was
not.
ignited.
Oh, well then. Never give up. Never surrender.
No, so yeah, he will pay for it, but he will get himself a kill for this this round. The problem is, yes, he is going to be missing some of this farm. Now, Omega Bacon is able to clean up a little bit, gets him some of those levels back. And in terms of the creep score, Omega Bacon is beating out Lee Sin in terms of the creeps, but look at that score difference, 3-0 versus 0-1, and we already have that early wriggles, 5-minute wriggles. That's insane, sir.
Yeah, but thankfully Amumu is still Amumu, and that R button is really, really potent, and so we're going to have to see what he's able to do once he hits level 6. He's going to have his flash up about that time, so I'm really hoping he's able to do something nice, like getting a double kill bottom or something really, really important, because that's enough to really kind of turn the game around.
Almost feels like that we just need to rush that level 6 for Mumu. He's just become that walking ultimate, ready to help out his team. Are we seeing an early dragon? A 6-minute dragon going to be coming out here. This bottom lane, 6 minutes 28 seconds. This is the earliest dragon I've seen in a long time, sir. And that early game wriggles with that Lee Sin just working out those passives with the flurry, working out the shields, getting a little bit of help there from Soter. This is really putting RevGaming in this very strong early game position.
Yeah, the bottom lane, we're sitting at 31 CS to 40 on Corki, so just a little bit behind on that count, but still, despite being behind on items, despite being behind a little bit on farm, we still feel like they're kind of in control of that lane and in control of the entire game because that Lee Sin is around. He's going to be able to do very effective counter ganks and things like that. Amumu is level 6 right now. That flash is up, and he's posturing towards bottom lane, coming through the lane, avoiding that ward, so we're going to have to see if any fireworks come out here.
Well, there's absolutely nobody here to gank except Janna. Janna has gone back, got herself those boots, still only the fairy charm, so no gold pretend quite yet on her. Neither here with Tarek, both supports actually opting out to get those boots first. We are going to have Graves returning to the lane. As you did say, he is a little bit behind in those creeps, has the double Dorn's Blade, and again, we're on live patch. So what do you do with a Corki these days? Is it still kind of a Phage first idea, or what are we going to be seeing out of him?
Yeah, I tend to see most still be going for that Phage just because Trinity is so good on him. It's just such a good item, especially when you're able to constantly proc the passive just in perfect timing on him because he has so many spam ability with that ultimate, and so it is very, very strong on him still.
Okay, so I think I saw a Reddit post from Ask Mr. Robot about just the damage output of an Ezreal with Trinity versus a Corki with Trinity, and it was something like a difference of 60 seconds going off. Karthus Requiem going down, not going to be able to kill Muckers, but Flares is going to go for it. He does have to use that flash, gets off that heal, will survive the tower, and at the same time, it looks like mid kills are going to just go 1 for 1.
Yeah, we did see the mid kills as well as the Rengar blowing flashing another kill on Darius up top. So Darius having an extraordinarily bad day 1 and 3 right now, forced to go directly into armor. And it's going to be a long time before this Darius is really relevant. But of course, he does have that reset ultimate. We just see Lisa trying to go here on bottom lane. Corki is going to be able to flash away.
Did he actually Dragon kick him out of the collateral damage? Is that what I just saw there?
That is quite possible. I did see him get kicked away quite far.
Man, that could have been such a sweet double kill had that actually landed. But here comes Soter. Not entirely too sure where you were at that point, Soter, but that would have been a very, very excellent bottom lane double kill. But at the same time, they did get the one kill. It is going to be shoving the rest of the wave into the tower, denying the farm. And this is going to be bringing Graves back, because look at that. One kill, 51 CS. He's not nearly so down as he was just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really bringing them into the game. And now the problem is that essentially gives them at least even momentum in every single lane. Or better, including jungle. And I'm really kind of uncomfortable with Zamumu having his ult off cooldown. I want him to go. I want him to use the ultimate, and I want him to get a kill. I want him to make something happen. They need to make stuff happen as soon as possible. You see him kind of posturing up here on top. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find an angle to sneak around. And Rengar going to be the hardest target to actually get on and kill, especially with that ultimate up.
Yep, he has that reset of the ult just to get on out of town. He does have himself that ward, but he's going to jump right here into Muckers. Thankfully, he's not in that tower range, and there's the stealth coming out. He's going to be trying to get out of dodge. Is going to be throwing out that battle. Here comes Lee Sin, and now the tables are turned. Muckers flashes out, is not going to be escaping that Sonic Wave, but it does look like maybe we're going to leave him there. That Dragon Kick going to be going down. It is going to be a flash from Omega Bacon to get out of this one. We might not actually get a kill. But has Muckers used that ultimate? No, if he has, it's not going to be working at all because he does go down. And just like that, you get that double kill. But on the bottom lane, it's okay. We trade a 2 for 2 in this bot lane.
Yeah, so very nice from them. They do manage to get that kill in the bottom lane, and really Corki is kind of the only possible savior of this team right now. He really needs to continue this really, really strong run that he's going with right now and kind of power through to the mid game to really be able to carry his team through this if they're going to make it happen.
So Karthus came top, Morgana went bottom, both lanes dropped 2 players each. So not a bad trade, but the problem here is that one tower down, going for the second, and we're still chewing through the first here from Team Solo Feed. So not exactly the even transition we were hoping for.
No, definitely not, but they do look like they might be able to make a little something happen here. Amumu does miss the bandage. That's going to shut down this game quite a bit, and I'm not sure it's going to go exactly the way the purple team wants it to.
Yeah, Mucker's getting pretty low. He is going to be doing those spinning flashy axes, but it does not matter because he does drop yet again. So he's up, he's down, he's up, he's down. We're looking for the kill on top of Amumu. We do get it. We're now looking for the kill on top of Cakefire. There is absolutely no tower there whatsoever, and it will be a 3 for 0. I think RevGaming is starting to get a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, and if you see there, the power of both Rengar and Lee Sin is that they're very good at fighting with pretty low HP, right? They both have the ability to, either regen HP or put on shields and get some lifesteal and spellband going. So it's very difficult to secure the kills on them when they have that momentum. And so they have that big lead going, and it's going to be very difficult to actually secure the kill on them.
Well, bot lane went to defend top. That's going to let Swift Break and Soter here just take down yet again another tower. It was 3 for 1 for towers. We had that Dragon go down at the 6.5 minute mark. It's about to come back up at the 12.5 minute mark. I'm not too sure that we actually knew about the Dragon attempt here from Team Solo Feed, but they do have a ward there, so they should see the gathering. We do got some pings going down, and there we go. 12:28. Up comes that Dragon, and the point of all that is just that there's just so much global gold gained here for RevGaming that it's about a 6,000 gold lead. I think Muckers is actually going to go down again right here.
Yeah, there literally is nothing that he can do. If Rengar is able to make contact with him and gets those ferocity charges up, he's going to be able to lock him down long enough to actually get the kill. That's with purely defensive items. He has Heart of Gold and he has the Ninja Tabby, and it's just not enough to survive. And he can't do enough damage to possibly counter. That double, the Ferocity W, if he needs it, it's going to be enough to heal Rengar through most of the damage that an under-level Darius is going to do anyway. It's level 10 to level 7. A lot of action over here on blue side, Jester.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tarek. He's Gonna get exploded. There's the teleport coming out from Rengar. Cake Pie just sitting there like, gotta use that flash. Not gonna be landing that Sonic Wave, but it's not gonna matter whatsoever. Here comes the Sad Mummy ultimate, the walking ult that is a Mumu. He's gonna be dropping in fairly short order. He just cannot deal with the damage of RevGaming. Towers mean nothing to Zombie Karthus as we get that triple kill for Flare Z, and now Mucker's under tower gonna be fighting for his life, but it will not matter. This will be an ace, and a quadra kill comes out for Flares.
Ringaru. Very good champion. Not sure if you've heard about that or not. Barely surviving the tower shot with a sliver of HP.
How much hit points is that? Oh, he's healed.
Yeah, I'm going to call it negative 13, but he lived anyway because he's Rengar.
Oh my god, this Battle Roar, man. 15% of max health, 280 point heal, and he spammed that all throughout that team fight. Ridiculous. Here we go for the second dragon of the game. 4-1 in towers. This could be the 2-0 mark for dragons. We could also have on our hands a 20-minute surrender coming out. 17 kills in 14 minutes. That's a pretty good landmark.
Yes, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. About a 10,000 gold lead. 15 minutes in, pretty good. Pretty good.
That's pretty much all we can say. It's pretty good. I mean, we're just looking at this, and it is pretty clear this game is very one-sided. Now, at the 20-minute mark, of course, you are going to be looking for some of those big item pickups, but I feel that the game has already been so accelerated for RevGaming that they already have them. I mean, looking at Flares just going 3-on-1, he doesn't get the Corki kill, but it's just so much damage coming out of him, even though 3-on-1.
Yeah, Corki did manage to get about 1 billion gold for that. Karthus is going to be able to get the Corki kill, though, even though he was at like a third HP. He still just dies at this point. Yep. Karthus is, of course, past that level 11 mark for the level 2. And we see a lot of action here. Does Amumu have his ultimate up?
Nope. But he shouldn't, because he did just use it on his last death. And yeah, it's a little less than a quarter left on the cooldown. You're not butter. I'm looking at his build, and he has himself that Rod of Ages. It's getting there. He's had it for about 3 minutes. So he had it about the 12.5 minute mark. And with all his global gold, not really too much of a surprise. But then he went into a Hextech Revolver. What's up with that?
Well, the thing is that if he's able to really kind of survive the initial burst of the Amumu and all the CC coming out, he won't die with that spell vamp. Especially if somebody like Rengar is able to pick off the 80 carry, which is essentially what they're built to do, right? Well, then suddenly he can heal through almost everything. We see a lot of action coming out here in that mid lane. Yep. See Karthus just walking into the middle of them and not even dropping low, very slowly dying once he runs out of mana finally. And it seems like they're actually going to be able to clean up here a little bit on Team Solo, Team TSFM-RD.
This is TSFM Radio, Team Solo Feed. But yeah, Mucker's able to clean that up a little bit as well. 4 for 0, but everyone is extremely low. Here comes the cleanup clue. Flare's going to be taking down that Corki, looking for the kill on top of Amumu. Is going to get off that Battle Roar, that double kill. Is he going to chase right past for Muckers? He thought about it, decided not to. So not all have a terrible ending in this story. It did turn into a 4 for 2, but it took Flares a while to get to the fight.
Yeah, dear diary, Rengar showed up and made me very sad.
That's exactly what Amumu just said, yeah. 22-11, sir, 17 minutes in, as he said, about a 10,000 gold lead. And Trinity Force, we got a red pot on that Rengar. I'm looking at a needlessly large now on top of that Karthus. Does feel like he has a little bit of a mana issue, doesn't he?
On Karthus?
Yeah, he went pretty quick in that last fight.
Yeah, I mean, Defile just costs so much mana. We just see top lane. Rengar just doesn't care. He's split pushing 3 people coming. He just kind of runs away, uses that flash, and we see a very, very kind of safe Baron kill over down here for the blue team.
Yeah, well, Dragon should be coming up around the 24-minute mark, I believe. No, sorry, that's way too long. It died around the 16-minute mark, so 22. And yeah, this Baron, I mean, as you said, very safe. Kind of early, not really too expectant of Barons this early. But Sicko Scott able to land that that Sonic's the Hadouken. Yeah. Requiem going
Yeah,
off.
and so we see Rengar just jumping around the team fight, knows that Karthus is going to be able to get the kill on that, and so jumps over to Amumu. And you see the team fight is just in complete control. They're able to pick off whoever they want. They're able to get to those targets, which is a really important thing when you have a lead like that to actually be able to secure the kills. And
I love offensive flashes. Mucker's going to be going down, and the second ace coming out for RevGaming. I don't know why I derped so hard on Sonic Wave right there, but the safe word is Hadoken, so.
There you go. There you go.
Or maybe we should go
and
yeah,
so they don't need any creeps to take the tower. They're just going to kill it. We have a Lee Sin with, you know, he's got the Warmogs, just so he's going to be able to completely control the team fights without much fear of dying, because, of course, they are a fairly burst-heavy team over here for whatever they're called. And
Team Solo Feed.
Team Solo Feed.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They're running in one by one, doing the lemming strat, feeding the solo. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. 25-11, less than a minute left, and we might not even get to that surrender timer. If we can take down this Nexus before 20 minutes, that would be quite the feat here, especially for a final. Zamumu finally landing a bandage. Sad Mummy going to be going off, but the safeguard into the Janna shield, it just does not matter whatsoever to Lee Sin. He just does not care. Low hit points across the board for Team Solo Feed, and it will be Cake dropping. It will also be that Darius dropping as well. Muckers is down and out for the count, and once again the only person going down is Karthus, and he did not care if he goes down. He can still hit you from the grave.
He's a ghost.
Exactly.
You don't care.
It's like Casper, just not friendly.
GG, well played. Do come on, not friendly at all.
Nope. So yeah, we're gonna get this kill before we can even say good night to the surrender timer. My goodness, 27-12, a very powerful game coming out from RevGaming right there.
3 seconds to spare before they could have surrendered. Easy peasy.
Yep, 3 seconds, no problem. That's how you win, bro. Don't you even lift? Yeah. Man, best of 3 for 3rd place, and what an amazing start for RevGaming. If I was in this, I would be a little shaken at that loss.
Yeah, I'd be a little shaken at that Rengar. So, how much do you want to bet we're going to see a Rengar ban come out here in this next game?
Wow, 15-2 Rengar? I did not even notice. 15-2. That is insane. Yeah, likely to see that Rengar ban, sure. Alright guys, we're going to get this next game set up and ready to go, so don't go anywhere. Game number 2 about to go down. I almost called you Seabear. Yeah, Comely Cast for FourCourtJester will be bringing you game number 2 in just a moment.